It goes without saying that I like cameras of the old school variety, so I'm more than a bit giddy about unboxing the contents of this box. I just need something sharp to open the box. Yeah, that'll do. Oh yes. And here it is! It's in pieces, not because the courier dropped it, well maybe he did, but it doesn't matter because this is the new LEGO Ideas Polaroid OneStep camera. Let's check it out. So this is probably the first time I've had to build a camera before reviewing it. That is, if you exclude all the ones that I broke beforehand. So here we have it, all 516 pieces. A proper brick-made replica of this camera. Okay, let's get started, shall we? Now this Polaroid camera is such an iconic camera. I mean, when you think of a Polaroid camera, this is the image of a Polaroid camera you'd have. It's the Polaroid OneStep, also known as the Land Camera 1000 outside the US. This plastic-bodied SX70-based Polaroid camera featured a fixed-focus 103mm f14.6 plastic lens. This, the LEGO Ideas Polaroid OneStep camera, well, it's definitely plastic-bodied. After just a bit more than an hour, which is probably the most I've spent looking at a camera manual, it's done, and I'm ready to go. Now we're talking, this is the right kind of subject. Let's take some shots. So what I have got in my hands is a faithful replica of this thing right here. You can barely tell them apart, right? I know, right? Practically indistinguishable. On closer inspection and with the help of a patronising pointy finger, now you know. But, you know, the proof in the pudding is, as they say, is in the taking of photos, so let's take some photos. Inaccurate food-related idioms aside, loading it is kind of recommended because it is, if nothing else, a thoroughly enjoyable process. Okay, loaded. Let's take a photo. Well, what can I say about the finder? It's an optical finder, so therefore it's better than digital, isn't it? You don't see many optical finders these days. So what you see is, well, kind of almost what you get. But the controls, you just press the red shutter button. It's the big red one on the front. Don't shake the photo. Andre 3000 doesn't know what he's talking about. Actually, to be honest, you can shake it all you like because the resulting image won't be affected by it at all. Yeah, I do find that my face always looks a bit rounder in photos. Okay, here we go. Yeah, London looks a little bit cleaner than I remembered. So ergonomically, it's just as good as before. It feels just right in the hands. Everything falls into place neatly, nicely. When you hold it like this, and your index finger is just right there, resting on that shutter button. It does feel good in the hands. There's some extra grippy bits over the originals too. You can add optional accessories to your liking, and it can always be fixed with a simple tool. You can play with everything but capture nothing. Never worry about taking bad photos because it doesn't take any. Well, that's just a minor detail. The major details are the colour spectrum, flash socket, exposure com dial, film eject slot, and well, that's definitely a fixed focus plastic lens. All the right ingredients for a photographer's favourite non-functioning camera. Right, let's take another shot. And the great thing is that it encourages you to let your imagination run wild. Oh, there we go. Tell you what though, I need to load up again. I'm getting through these films like nothing. But the good thing with this is that it probably ends up being a bit cheaper per shot. Film is not included because technically you're not shooting film. It won't give you instant photos, but it will give you plenty of instant fun. It does come with these, and if you use a bit of creativity, this house and people could look like your house and relatives, maybe. It's like one of those photos you have to get when you come to London, isn't it? Thankfully, it won't take any royally incriminating photos. The features are real, the photos are not. So at least you can enjoy the feels and the sounds of using this brick-made Polaroid camera. The sounds! The action just feels great when it springs out like that. Sure, it's not a camera for taking photos, but it's surely a must-have for any camera lover. Yeah, now I know how Godzilla felt. That action, that simple pleasure, it's bang on. It's just like the original. It looks and feels great, it operates fantastically, from twilly knobs to clicky shutter buttons, and the film being ejected from the film eject slot. The photos? That's where the creativity comes in, and for even more fun, you can always take it down and start all over again. You can check out the set on lego.com and also share your hashtag #NotShotOnLego Polaroid camera snaps using the sticker. Links in the description box below.